Chapter 1: The Basics of Mindful Coloring. In a bustling classroom filled with chatter and the clatter of daily activities, a quiet corner hosts a surprising scene. A group of students, typically unable to sit still for more than a few minutes, are deeply engrossed in coloring. The room's unusual humming energy turns into a gentle, flowing calm as pencils sweep across the paper, filling intricate patterns with color. This isn't just any routine school activity. This is mindful coloring in action. Witnessing this transformation is both astonishing and heartwarming. It vividly showcases how such a simple tool can alter moods and focus, drawing children into a state of peace and mindfulness. 1.1 What is mindful coloring? Exploring its roots and benefits. Understanding mindful coloring. Mindful coloring is an engaging practice that combines the artistic joy of coloring with the mental discipline of mindfulness. This activity involves paying complete attention to the choice of color, the texture of paper, and the patterns that emerge, all in the present moment, without judgment or distraction. As you color, you are drawn into a sensory experience that grounds you in the now, a state where past worries and future anxieties lose their edge. This focus can be incredibly liberating and calming, making mindful coloring a powerful, accessible form of meditation. Historical context. The use of coloring as a meditative practice isn't new. Historical records from various cultures show that creating art within prescribed lines and patterns has been a form of meditation for centuries. Monks from numerous traditions would meticulously create religious texts adorned with colored patterns and designs that required a high level of concentration and mindfulness. In more recent times, psychologists, including Carl Jung, have prescribed coloring to their patients to calm their minds and help them access their subconscious. Today, mindful coloring bridges the gap between historical meditation techniques and modern stress relief practices, making it an ideal activity for all ages. Benefits for all ages. The beauty of mindful coloring lies in its simplicity and its power. For children, it helps in honing fine motor skills and color recognition while providing an outlet for expression. Adults find a respite from the digital overload of daily life, an opportunity to reduce stress and anxiety. For older adults, including those experiencing cognitive changes, coloring can be a soothing and enjoyable activity that invigorates the mind and helps improve focus and hand-eye coordination. Families discover that coloring together is not just an enjoyable way to spend time, but also a nonverbal way of connecting and communicating feelings and experiences. Scientific backing. Research supports the benefit of coloring, which is seen as an effective mindfulness exercise. A study in the journal Art Therapy, Journal of the American Art Therapy Association, found that just 30 minutes of structured coloring, mandalas, and plaid patterns significantly reduces symptoms of anxiety in adults compared to unstructured coloring, doodling. Furthermore, neurological studies suggest that engaging in coloring leads to decreased activity in the amygdala, the brain area involved in controlling emotion that is affected by stress. This calming effect is not just limited to art therapy sessions, but can be replicated at home, making mindful coloring a valuable addition to daily routines for individuals and families seeking balance and tranquility. Further insights. To deepen your understanding and practice of mindful coloring, consider incorporating a variety of tools and techniques. Experimenting with different types of coloring materials, such as pencils, markers, or watercolors, can enhance your experience and allow you to explore new artistic possibilities. Engaging regularly with this practice can turn it into a meditative ritual, where the act of choosing and applying color becomes a pathway to inner peace. As you continue through this book, each chapter will build on these foundations, guiding you through the nuances of mindful coloring and helping you integrate it into your life and family activities. Whether you're seeking a solitary moment of peace or a collective family experience, the upcoming sections will provide you with practical tips and creative ideas to make the most of your coloring journey. 1.2 Choosing Your Colors Wisely. How Color Influences Mood. Color Psychology. Imagine stepping into a room painted a soft sky blue, feeling an immediate sense of calm wash over you, contrasted by the vibrant energy you feel in another room adorned in bright yellow. This is color psychology at work, a fascinating area of study that examines how colors affect our mood and behavior. Different colors evoke different emotional responses, and understanding this can dramatically enhance your mindful coloring experience. Blue, for instance, is often associated with calmness and serenity, making it an excellent choice for a relaxation-focused coloring session. On the other hand, red may evoke feelings of excitement or intensity, which might be more suitable when you're feeling energetic and want your coloring session to boost your dynamism. By choosing colors that align with how you want to feel while you're coloring, you create an environment conducive to your emotional and mental needs. Choosing colors for relaxation. For those seeking a peaceful retreat through coloring, selecting the right colors is key. Cool tones like blues, greens, and lavenders are traditionally linked to a calming effect. These colors are thought to lower blood pressure and heart rate, fostering a state of relaxation that is perfect for a mindful coloring session. When choosing colors for relaxation, think about the hues you might find in a tranquil setting. A pale blue that mirrors a clear sky, a gentle green reminiscent of soft grass underfoot, or the light purple of dawn. Integrating these colors into your coloring can turn the simple act of filling in designs into a therapeutic activity, helping to dissolve the stresses of the day and inviting tranquility into your evening. Stimulating creativity with color. While some colors calm, others invigorate and stimulate the creative centers of the brain. Colors like orange, bright red, and bold yellows can energize and inspire, making them perfect for when you or your child feel creatively stuck. Integrating these vibrant colors into a coloring session can transform the experience from merely filling out patterns to an act of dynamic creation. For a child bored with monotonous tasks, introducing a spectrum of bright and unexpected colors can reignite their interest and enthusiasm for the project at hand. Similarly, adults might find that incorporating intense and varied hues helps break through creative blocks, opening up new avenues for expression and innovation in their artwork. Personalizing your palette. The beauty of mindful coloring lies in its flexibility and personal touch. Each person's emotional and aesthetic response to color is unique, making the choice of palette deeply personal. Encouraging children and adults to choose their colors based on personal preference fosters a deeper connection to the activity. It's an opportunity for self-expression and personal exploration. For instance, one might choose shades of yellow and orange, not just for their brightness, but because they evoke a cherished memory of autumn days spent outdoors. Another might select a palette of sea greens and deep blues to recreate the tranquility of a beach vacation. This personalization makes each coloring session unique and tailored specifically to the individual's current mood or emotional needs, enhancing the mindfulness aspect of the practice. Through the thoughtful selection of colors, mindful coloring becomes more than just a pastime. It transforms into a powerful tool for emotional expression and management. Whether seeking calm, looking to uplift spirits, or encouraging creative outpouring, the colors we choose play a pivotal role in shaping our coloring experience. By tuning into how different hues resonate with us, we can turn a simple activity into a profoundly therapeutic practice beneficial for both the mind and the heart. As you continue to explore the pages of this book, consider how the colors you choose reflect your inner world and how they can be used to enhance not only your creations, but also your overall well-being. 1.3 Setting up your mindful coloring space. Tips for families. Creating a space dedicated solely to the art of mindful coloring can transform an ordinary corner of your home into a sanctuary of creativity and calm. Imagine a small nook by a window where natural light floods a cozy table set with vibrant colored pencils, markers, and pages waiting to be brought to life. This space doesn't need to be large. Even a small corner, when thoughtfully arranged, can invite tranquility and focus. To establish such an area, start by selecting a location away from high-traffic parts of the home. It could be a corner of the living room or a part of a quiet study. The key is to choose a spot that is naturally calming and away from the distractions of everyday life. Furnish this space with a comfortable table and chairs that are the right size and height for all family members, ensuring that everyone, from the littlest to the eldest, feels welcome to sit down and color. Personal touches can enhance the space further. Consider adding inspirational quotes about art and creativity on the walls, or perhaps a small plant or two to bring a sense of life and freshness to the area. Comfort in your coloring space is paramount, not just in the ambiance, but also in the physical setup. Good lighting is crucial, especially in maintaining focus and ensuring that the intricate details of your coloring pages can be seen clearly, thus avoiding strain on the eyes. If natural light is not sufficient, especially in the evenings, adding a soft yet bright lamp can make all the difference. The chairs should be comfortable enough for extended periods of sitting, as coloring can be such an absorbing activity that hours may pass without notice. Cushions or adjustable chairs can help cater to different family members' needs, ensuring that everyone from children to grandparents can color in comfort. Remember, the more inviting the space is, the more likely family members are to use it, turning coloring from an occasional activity into a cherished part of your daily routine. Accessibility of materials is another crucial aspect. Organize your coloring tools in a way that they are not only tidy but also easy to reach for all. Use open containers or shallow drawers where every pencil, marker, and crayon can be seen and chosen without the need to dig through a jumbled heap. This setup not only saves time, but also makes the choice part of the coloring process, an enjoyable prelude to the activity itself. Consider labeling these containers by color spectrum or type, helping younger children with organization skills, and ensuring that cleanup is part of the activity everyone can participate in. Keeping coloring books and sheets in a nearby rack or shelf completes your coloring station. making the transition into a mindful coloring session seamless and inviting. Family coloring time is a wonderful way to deepen bonds while engaging in a creative activity that is both peaceful and productive. To make the most of this, scheduling regular coloring sessions can be beneficial. It could be a Sunday afternoon ritual or a weekday evening wind-down, depending on what fits your family's schedule. During these times, everyone can gather and spend quality time without the usual distractions of technology or the stresses of daily chores. It becomes a shared activity where the focus is on being together and engaged in the creative process. Each member can work on their individual pieces, or you can tackle a large communal artwork that spans several sessions. This not only cultivates a habit of mindfulness and creativity, but also gives everyone a common project to look forward to completing together. In setting up and using your family coloring space, remember that the ultimate goal is to create an environment that encourages mindfulness and creativity through the simple, joyful act of coloring. This space should be a retreat where markers and crayons are tools for meditation, and blank pages are invitations to colorful explorations. Each coloring session, whether solo or communal, becomes a step away from the hustle of life and into a world of color and calm, where every hue is a brushstroke in the painting of serene family life. As you continue to build and enjoy this special corner, let it serve as a gentle reminder of the simplicity and peace that can be found in the pages of a coloring book. 1.4 Mindful Coloring Techniques for Beginners. When first venturing into the serene practice of mindful coloring, it's beneficial to start with simplicity. Choosing patterns that aren't overly complicated allows beginners, be they young children, busy parents, or curious grandparents, to immerse themselves without feeling overwhelmed. Imagine a young child triumphantly filling in a broad, easy shape with their favorite color. This basic task, while straightforward, affirms their ability and encourages further exploration. Similarly, adults new to coloring benefit from starting with simpler designs that can be completed in shorter sessions, fostering a sense of accomplishment and the desire to engage more deeply. For anyone just starting out, these uncomplicated designs serve as a gentle introduction to the art of mindful coloring, ensuring that the initial experiences are positive and rewarding. The true essence of mindful coloring lies not in the perfection of the final piece, but in the process itself. It's about the stroke of the crayon across the paper, the choice of colors, and the feel of the paper under your hands. Each moment spent coloring is an opportunity to anchor yourself in the present, letting go of external stresses and anxieties. This focus on process rather than outcome is crucial, particularly in today's achievement-oriented world. Children learn that the value does not always lie in the end product, but in the joy and tranquility experienced in creating it. Adults find a space where the pressures of perfection are set aside and replaced by the rhythmic, soothing motions of coloring. Emphasizing process over product can transform coloring from a mere activity into a meditative practice, enhancing mindfulness with every hue applied. Exploring textures and strokes adds another dimension to the coloring experience. Different materials, such as smooth colored pencils, versatile markers, or even the rich spread of pastels, offer varied sensory experiences and outcomes. Each tool can create distinct textures and effects. The soft shading of pencils can convey calm and subtlety, while the bold, saturated strokes of markers highlight energy and emotion. Experimenting with these can significantly enhance mindfulness practice, as it requires intense focus and present moment awareness to observe how each tool interacts with the paper. For instance, pressing hard with a crayon creates a dense, vibrant color, a tactile experience that can be very satisfying, especially for children who delight in seeing bright colors fill the page. Adults, too, might find pleasure in mastering the control needed for fine shading with pencils, appreciating the subtle depth and texture it adds to their artwork. Integrating breathing techniques into coloring sessions enriches the practice of mindfulness by aligning physical and mental focus. A simple yet effective method is to synchronize breath with movement. Inhale as you draw a line and exhale as you pause or switch colors. This conscious incorporation of breath helps maintain a rhythmic flow, calming the mind and keeping it engaged with the present task. It's particularly beneficial during more intricate coloring, where the attention might otherwise waver. A deep, mindful breath can reset concentration, providing both relaxation and renewed focus. This technique is not only a tool for deeper mindfulness during coloring, but is also a portable skill that children and adults can carry into daily life, using it to cultivate calmness and presence in other activities. 1.5. The role of breathing in mindful coloring. Understanding the intrinsic connection between breath and focus is a cornerstone of many mindfulness practices, and mindful coloring is no exception. When we engage in deep, conscious breathing, we guide our body and mind to a serene place, a sanctuary where stress and bustling thoughts no longer dominate. This focused state is not just beneficial, but essential for deeply engaging in the act of coloring. Imagine sitting down with your coloring materials, taking a deep breath in, and slowly exhaling as you begin to fill the intricate patterns with color. Each breath acts like an anchor, pulling you back if your mind starts to wander, keeping you rooted in the activity. This mindfulness technique enhances concentration, allowing both young and old to immerse fully in the joy of coloring, turning what might have been a simple activity into a deeply meditative practice. To integrate breathing exercises into your coloring sessions, start with something simple yet effective. One such exercise involves taking a deep breath for 4 counts as you draw a line or fill a specific section, holding your breath for the next 4 counts, and then slowly exhaling for 4 counts as you pause or choose another color. This method, known as the box breathing technique, is remarkably effective in maintaining a rhythm that mirrors the act of coloring, providing a calming, repetitive pattern that soothes the mind. For children, this can be a fun game where each breath matches a stroke of color, teaching them how to control their breathing and helping them understand the impact of mindfulness on their immediate activities. For adults and seniors, this exercise not only aids in focus, but also serves as a gentle reminder of how controlled breathing can influence one's state of mind and body, offering a tool that extends beyond the coloring book to manage everyday stress. Incorporating these breathing techniques into your coloring routine can transform the practice from a mere pastime to a significant part of your mindfulness regimen. To make this integration seamless, consistency is key. Begin each coloring session with a minute of focused breathing to establish a calm mindset. Encourage group breathing if coloring with family or friends, turning it into a collective moment of calm before starting. This shared experience not only enhances the individual's focus, but also creates a harmonious group dynamic where everyone is attuned to the present moment, coloring together in peaceful silence or soft conversation. Over time, these breathing exercises will become a natural part of your coloring routine, enhancing each session and making the transition into mindful coloring smooth and instinctive. Tracking your progress with mindful coloring and breathing techniques can be an enlightening part of your practice. Keeping a journal where you jot down your experiences, feelings, and observations before and after each session can be incredibly beneficial. This reflection not only allows you to see your progress over time, but also helps you understand the nuances of how different breathing techniques affect your coloring experience. For instance, you might note that certain breathing patterns help you color with more precision, or that they allow you to color for longer periods without feeling fatigued. Children, too, can benefit from this practice by using the journal to draw their favorite coloring page of the day, or to write a few words about how they felt during the activity. This habit not only reinforces the benefits of mindful coloring and breathing, but also encourages a routine of self-reflection and mindfulness that can support emotional and mental well-being. As you continue to explore and expand your mindful coloring practice, remember that the true essence lies in the harmony of color and breath. Each element enhances the other, creating a holistic experience that not only beautifies the page before you, but also enriches your inner world. Whether alone or with loved ones, the simple act of coloring with awareness and breath can become a profound practice of mindfulness, bringing peace, joy, and color into every stroke. 1.6 Creating a weekly mindful coloring ritual for the family. Establishing a consistent coloring routine within the family environment is not merely about adding another scheduled activity to our already busy lives. Rather, it is about creating a meaningful tradition that offers a regular pause in our week, a time when everyone slows down and focuses together. Setting up a weekly mindful coloring session encourages every family member, from the youngest to the eldest, to commit to this peaceful activity, thereby enhancing its benefits and the anticipation of a relaxing break from the usual daily routines. This regularity turns a simple activity into a cherished ritual, deepening family bonds over shared colors and designs. Imagine every Wednesday evening, as dinner dishes are cleared away, the coloring supplies come out, not as an afterthought, but as an integral part of family life. Children look forward to these sessions as a time when they have the full attention of their parents, without the distractions of phones or television. Adults find in these sessions a playful escape from the demands of work, enjoying the simple pleasure of coloring alongside their children. Even grandparents may find joy and a sense of inclusion in participating, perhaps recalling their own childhood days of simple pleasures and bringing their experiences and stories to the table. The key is consistency. The more regular these sessions, the more integral they become to the family's rhythm, fostering a sense of stability and security that can comfort and anchor each member. Introducing theme-based coloring sessions can significantly enhance this family ritual by aligning it with the diverse interests of its members or with seasonal activities. For instance, in October, themes might center around autumn leaves and Halloween, while December sessions could focus on winter scenes and holiday motifs. This thematic approach keeps the coloring sessions fresh and engaging, as family members can look forward to what each session offers and how it can be creatively explored through coloring. Moreover, tying themes to educational content, such as coloring maps during a month focused on geography or animal outlines during a discussion on biology, can transform a simple coloring session into a rich educational experience that both children and adults look forward to each week. During these sessions, the practice of sharing one's artwork and experiences after coloring can significantly enhance communication within the family. After the pencils and markers are put down, each person might show their artwork and share why they chose certain colors or patterns, what thoughts came to mind during coloring, or how they felt before and after the session. This reflective sharing turns each coloring session into a window into each other's thoughts and feelings, facilitating deeper understanding among family members. This practice not only strengthens emotional connections, but also builds a foundation of trust and openness. As family members feel seen and heard in their creative and emotional expressions. Incorporating brief discussions on mindfulness principles during these coloring sessions can further enrich the experience, making it not only a relaxing activity, but also a moment of learning and personal growth. For instance, a discussion could focus on the concept of living in the moment, or on techniques for bringing mindfulness into everyday activities. Perhaps one session could focus on how to use coloring to transition from a stressful day into a peaceful evening, using techniques discussed earlier in the chapter. These lessons, when integrated into a regular family activity, do not feel like formal teachings, but rather like natural, integral parts of an enjoyable routine. They provide practical tools that children and adults can use beyond the coloring table, helping to weave mindfulness more deeply into the fabric of daily life. As these weekly sessions continue, they become more than just a scheduled activity. They evolve into a treasured family ritual that enriches each member's life, providing not only a regular respite from the chaos of daily life, but also a steady source of joy, learning, and connection. Each session, with its colors, themes, and conversations, weaves a tapestry of shared experiences, making the family's bond stronger and the individual moments of life richer and more colorful. Through this ritual, mindfulness transcends the pages of the coloring book and colors the very way the family interacts with the world and each other, painting a life of awareness, peace, and deep connection.